Recording has started. You can see here in the last class we were doing some kind of examples or demo kind of thing on the wrapper classes.
Yes.
So just to recall you that what are the wrapper classes, primitive data types are there. So based on that, their similar object classes has been created. So for boolean, capital B, boolean is there. Char, character is there. Byte, byte is there. And if you want to see where it is, so I can show you some examples. Let me go to the integer one. So this is the integer class, and where it is present, by default it is present in java.lang package. So benefit of lang package is that when your program, when in your program, if you write integer, so you don't need to import it, because whatever the things which are present in the java.lang package, by default compiler knows all them, and compiler don't ask you to import. For other things they probably ask you to import, say that random class was there. So you see here for random class it's asking to import because it is present inside the util package. So this is a difference you have to know while working. One concept is auto boxing and unboxing. If you go there, you see here auto boxing and unboxing. So auto boxing and unboxing is a like interview question, and the name of wrapper classes they will ask. So that is one thing you have to go through the concepts, and all the wrapper classes are final class, so that is very important. And you can use as same like a string literals, so that is also allowed. So now about auto boxing is that when you have something character type, sorry, primitive data type, and you want to assign it into object data type, so that is called auto boxing. It means primitive data type to object data type is called auto boxing. And unboxing is that for what we call from object data type to primitive data type. So both way it is allowed, and you don't need to do anything. It's allowed in Java. So you will see couple of examples, then you will understand about auto boxing and unboxing. So basically they will ask you in the interview, do you know the concept of auto boxing and unboxing? So when this topic will come, you just flash your mind about wrapper classes. So primitive data type to object data type is called auto boxing. From object data type to primitive data type is called unboxing. And it is automatically done. You don't need to do anything. Like you can see here example, this is a primitive data type. And here I am assigning the object data type. So how come object can be assigned to the primitive data type, right? So that is the example, like we can call it unboxing. You see a right side is object data type, left side is primitive. So from when you are going from right side to left side, it is called unboxing. And we have same examples. So I'll show you examples. It's okay. So this part we have done that day. We have done this part also that day. These examples we have already seen. So one was random class. I showed you examples about the random class. So we have to use a random class, and we can pass the range. Say that we have passed the range as 100. And if you like take the loop kind of thing, and then it will print the random integer value. So same like random double value we have, we can just comment it out. And if you want to see random double value, so in the random class, if you have to call the any method of the class, so instead of liking two lines creating object then calling the methods, and with the help of anonymous object also you can call. So this is anonymous object, okay, and then dot you can call the methods name. And what are the next method you can see here, just have a control space, I'll show you. You see next float is there, next double is there, next boolean is there, next Gaussian is there, next integer is there, next int is there, next long is there. So next int is like a random number, but here I am providing the bound, means range I am providing. So based on the range I can get the random value. And normally by default random value is like 0 to 1, something like in between decimal number. So if it is a number, like you can just test this as well. How I think 0 to 100. It's already defined like that. Next long is there, next bytes are there. So let me show you these examples. Right click, run as Java application. I click Sesame issue. You can see here next one. So 10 times I executed it, and every time it is giving me different value. So that's the thing. And there is one more method. I will show you that. If I don't pass the range, then what will happen? I think 0 to 99 it will print. No, it's like going a different way. It's any random integer it is printing. So it's better to provide the range. You can see here. So minus some range is there, minus 3000 or like 7-digit character is there. So based on that, if you remember the range of that Java things, so we gone through those topics in the past. So based on range, it will pick up any value. You see an integer ranges 3, 3, 6, 3, 9. So up to this one, any random value will come. So this is something come. If we are not passing any range. So we will see more examples. This is one, and with the help of random class, basically random class you will use to get the some random integer. Say that you have drop down has 10 values. So you just get the size of that drop down, and based on that you can pass the range. And just give me the integer, and based on index you can select. So that's the thing you can do. Integer to string demo. This examples you can see. Let me right click, close others. Right click, close others. Random class also we have seen. So this is one thing. You see here, this is a integer value, but I have put in the double quote. So what will it will become? It will become the string. Okay. Once it becomes the string, and then you want to perform some kind of operation, so you will see here it will not be allowed. It will just concatenate, because a string plus symbol is concatenation, and addition plus symbol is addition. So you see here, let me comment this part, and then I will show you one by one. You can see here what it is doing. It is concatenating. It is not adding, it is concatenating. Now you have something in the string, and you want to use it as integer value as a string, but you want to use it as an integer. So we have this method integer dot value of. What it will do, it will convert this string to integer, and then you can perform the mathematical addition. Earlier what it was doing, the same example, it was concatenating, but this example will add. So let me run this and show you. You can see here, this was concatenating and this is addition. So there is a difference in concatenation and addition. So I hope it is clear to you. So this way you can use. If you have something called integer and you want to use it as a string, so we have another method called string dot value of. You can see here int x equal to 100. So I will show you int y equal to 200. x plus y. What it will do? It will just add and print up because both are integer. So it is printing as a 300. But same line what I will do here, like copy and paste. So in the string class, we have a method called value of. If you go there, just try to recollect, show view, outline. So value of is there where you can pass different kind of values. It will convert those values into a string. So that's the beauty of these methods. So I'm going to use the same method and I'm going to show you demo. String string dot value of. You can pass here whatever the value you want to pass. Again I'm passing string dot value of. You can see here. So this is something I will get as a concatenation. It will be converted into a string and then it will added as a concatenation. You can see here this is concatenated. So there are several ways to convert integer into a string. I will show you one more way. Just put double quotes, that's it. It will be converted into a string. You can see here. So this is also one way. Any integer is there, you can just put this. I wrote it like this, okay. I can also wrote it like this. I will show you one more example. This was considered as a string. If you try to write like this, you see here, I'm getting a compilation error. You can see here. If you put a semicolon, I will get a compilation error because data type is not matching. So what I will do, I will just put plus and double quotes. You see it is converted into a string. So once you try to convert integer into a string, so these are some standard practice you can use. So you put plus and double quotes. So that is one way. Second is string dot value of, and toString is also there. So I'll show you that the syntax of that toString. Convert integer to string in Java. So you see here a lot of ways that they have given, and one is toString method as well. So integer dot toString is also there. You can use it like that. But we have used earlier integer dot value of. So this was for integer, right? So if you want to convert it into a string, one was a string dot value of, and one is integer dot value to a string. So this is one method you can use it. So let me copy this and show you this example as well. This out. Integer dot to string, I am converting x. I'm just passing here x. So it will be converted to a string. Then I will try to add with some 100. So you see here what it will do. It will not add it, it will concatenate it. You can see here it is concatenating. So even I put here y, it should concatenate, not addition. You can see here. So like this you can take the other examples of a string and integer, and let me show you more examples. This is integer demo. We have gone through this, already gone through that. Integer to string also we have gone through. Close all. Now we have live exercise in string to integer. This is also very important example. Consider that you have some string here. Already I have shown you, but this is for testing. Means you have to check whether this is integer or not. How you will know that whether a string is given a string is integer or not? So how you will test that? So that is something very important. You can see here I am using the string number 1 2 3 4 5 I have taken, but in the double quote, so it is stored in the string. And if I am using it the string dot parseInt, so this is for testing, means it will test whether this number is a integer number or not. So let me comment other things and let me show you that part. So the return type of parseInt is integer. It is saying that this one, but if you want to really test that, just do a addition kind of things. Yes, after that just try to add 100. If it is a string it will concatenate, if it is a number it will add. So based on that you can come to know. You can see here it is increased by 100. The original value was 1 2 3 4 5, now it is 1 2 4 4 5. So this is parseInt. ParseInt basically it will parse. And I want to show you one more thing about parseInt. Consider that I copied and pasted like this, and I comment the upper part. If I put here something A, B, C, let me just test it. Integer.parseInt. The parseInt is something, it will try to read it in the integer format. But since it is having character, so see what is the issue it is given. It will throw you some exception. And that exception name you have to remember for the interview. So that exception name is number format exception, and you go through the for input string this the message is going on, and what are the exceptions called number format exceptions, and it is from the integer class. So basically you go there, the chaining is shown here, that how this chaining is coming. So in the integer class this exception is called, and this class, your Java class, the code which you have written, it is calling integer class. Integer class is calling integer class, and then it is calling the number format exception. Number format exception is shown here. So this is the way of understanding this error. I hope it is clear to you. It's not short up. So this is something. So in the interview they will ask you how you will come to know. So you say that I will try to integer.parseInt method, and I will pass the given string. If it is a number, pure number, it will not throw any exception. If it is throwing exception, then I will come to know that whether it is a number or not. So in this way I can tell. So this is something. Let me comment this part. More examples if I have, I can show you. This part we have already seen. This part we have try to concatenate. Consider that we have a number 1 2 3 4 5. So I am printing here number plus number. So it will, what it will do, it will not add, it will concatenate, because it is given in the string format. So you see here it is concatenating, but if you want to add it, you can use it like that, integer dot value of. So yeah, what it will do, it will read it and it will convert into its integer, and then it can perform the mathematical operations. So this plus will add it. You can see here it is adding. So I have given already examples that you want to convert the integer into a string. So just do like this, and this is also one way. These examples we have already given, so should be okay. Now I'm going for more examples, that is auto boxing and unboxing. So what is auto boxing? Auto boxing is primitive data type to wrapper classes, that's object data type. You can see here I taken the primitive data type, okay, and then I'm passing it at the time of creation. So this is called boxing. I'm taking the primitive data type, I'm passing it as A. This is also boxing, you can see here, and I'm printing here A2 and A3. So you see here whether I'm giving, there are two ways. I told you that one is via string, same like a string literals. So this is also allowed for wrapper classes, and one way is the standard Java object creation. So both are the examples of boxing, where you can pass the primitive data type and you can convert to the object data type. So right side, you just focus on the right side what you are going to pass. So it is giving me 50 and 50. So both way we have created the object and I have shown you. So this concept is called auto boxing. When we have primitive data type and you are upgrading to the wrapper classes, specific wrapper classes. Now we have more examples called unboxing. This is also auto boxing example. You can see. This is a good example, I would say. Byte B. So now I am converting byte B, new byte, and passing here B. So this is called auto boxing. It's primitive data type to object data type. So just focus in the left side what we have. So left side we have wrapper classes. So this is called primitive to wrapper classes. Okay. So this is one example. This is for short. This is for int. This is for long. This is for float. This is for double, and this is for boolean, and this is for character. Okay. So almost each data type I have covered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the 8 data type we have covered. And if we run this, I can just show you that it is perfectly working fine. You can see it is printing as well. So byte B 100 it is printing, that's okay. Short also it is printing 100. Integer 200 it is printing. Long 250 it is printing. Float it is printing. This is the way of writing float. So let me run this again. You can see here it's printing. Let me take here 101. Okay. So you can see some examples, then you will understand how to use it. So auto boxing is very easy. Unboxing is vice versa. There you have to just focus. Now coming to the unboxing example, and this is super hit interview question. So just be focused here that what is auto boxing and what is unboxing. Basically, they would like to know your concepts, right? Whether you have come from those things or not, or you have not gone through those topics. So just they will try to track it, whether you know or not. So you see here we have auto boxing example and we have unboxing example as well. Let me show you side by side. So let me give the name as auto boxing. Just mouse over rename compilation. So Auto boxing example. So in auto boxing, what we were doing, we were taking primitive data type and then we were converting into the objective data type. So this was the example of auto boxing, but reverse is unboxing. So first you are taking the objective data type, okay, and then you are converting to the what you call particular primitive data type. So we have a byte, new byte I have given like this, and then I am at the time of assignment I'm just putting byte b equal to, I'm passing the object here, so it is directly assigned here, you can see here, and getting the printed output as well. So for short also we have gone through these examples. You see, basically this is integer and now I want to store it into the byte. So I told you from higher to lower, if you want to degrade, so that time you have to use typecasting in Java. So Java is like something, in if you are upgrading yourself, though no need to do special typecasting, but from higher data type you are coming to the lower data type, then you have to do the typecasting. And how you will understand higher and lower data type, just go through there. Again I'll show you. So based on the range, you can see this will define. So this is the list one boolean, okay, and slowly it is going on like increasing one. So this is I think 1, this is 2, this is also what you call 8 bits, so 1 byte. This is something 16 bits, 8 bits, 16 bits. So bitwise you can understand. This is 2 bytes, 16 bit means 2 bytes, 8 bit means 1 byte, 32 bits means 4 bytes, 8 bytes. So like this you can understand. So from higher to lower, if you are going now, then you have to use typecasting. But from lower to higher you are going, then you don't need to do typecasting. And there are some rules which can be converted to which. So I was having one example for that as well. You should know this concept. It's not like you can convert anything to the anything, right? So it also has a rule. Java typecasting examples. You can see here. So this is double can be converted to float without any typecasting. No, the typecasting is needed here because you are from higher to lower you are going. Double to float, float to long, long to int, int to short byte. So this is called degrading. So when you are degrading yourself, then you have to do the typecasting. But when you are upgrading, much lower to higher side, so that time it is called widening, and this concept in Java is called widening and narrowing. So when you are widening yourself, you don't need to what you call typecast, but you are degrading, means narrowing yourself, then you have to do the typecasting. I'll show you one example, then you will understand. This is typecasting rule. You can see here double is having higher precision value. I just show you, okay, and double to long you are converting. So what you have to do, you have to typecast it. You can see long value is there, long value is converted into the integer one. So higher to lower, whenever you are doing, you have to use typecasting. Java typecasting rules. See here, this is called widening, means lower to higher side is automatically done. Compiler knows. And for degrading, narrowing is called degrading. then you have to put the typecast for that particular thing. Okay, so that is very important concept for yourself. This is primitive data typecasting, and there is object typecasting as well. So which is a separate topic. We are not discussing that topic, but yeah, high level I will show you. You can see here it is a double data type, and now you are converting to the integer. So you have to put the typecasting. So upcasting you don't need to typecast. So you see here, this is something we have gone through that concept, the widening concept, while we were discussing about the polymorphism, if you remember. That via typecasting you were able to access the other members of the child class if you have created the reference of the parent class. So there is a special case typecasting, via that you can use it. So we will see if it is needed, but to be high level things I am just showing you. This is called unboxing. Unboxing is like object data type to primitive data type. So very important interview question. They want to know the concept whether you know or not. So if you know, then you will do the programming, then you are knowing this concept that this is allowed, nothing weird about it. So let me show you some of the examples. You converting the boolean, then boolean to BLN, boolean primitive data type. Character you have converted to the char. So that everything is converted here. I'm not getting any compilation error. Let me show you runway, whether I'm getting the output or not. So I'm getting the output like that, you can see. So this is the example of unboxing in Java. So we have another examples, I'll show you. This is public static void main method is here, and here I'm just creating the integer data type, and from integer data type I am converting to the what you call primitive data type. So from higher to lower, it means unboxing, right? And we are trying to print it, that's okay. And this is another method called just printing it. Not very good example, I would say, no benefit. If this is allowed, you can use it like that, but not a good example. Just calling of the method it is showing. So wrapper classes, auto boxing, unboxing is completed. Now we are coming to the lab exercise. So if you go there in your when we completed a string, and we have this one, write a program to compare two strings and check whether they are equal or not. So how you will compare two strings? You already know, via double equal to operator, dot equals, or in turn also we have. So via that you can compare, and equal ignore case is also there. So four ways are there, you can use it. Either via double equal to you can compare. This is something, if it is a literal, so it is no problem, it will just compare with the same object. So that should be okay. So equal ignore case, equals, double equal, and in turn method is there. So all the examples we have already covered in the past. So no worries, you just comparing the value and comparing the address. So when you will compare the address and when you will compare the value, you already know. So it will compare the address, it will compare the value. No, it will also compare the address. Sorry, in turn method. It will always compare the address, it will always compare the address. This will compare the value, and this will compare the value, ignoring the cases as well. So these are the things you should know about the Java string class. Write a program to append strings using a string builder and a string buffer. So you remember in the string builder and string buffer, we have one example where is a string downwards, right? String buffer and a string builder. So we have append method there. If you have seen the examples what I was giving that time, so you can recollect that. Everywhere we are using append method. So append method is just for concatenating the thing, and it will change the original. So that's the main important thing. This is a write a program to append strings using string builder and string buffer. So in the same class, I think we have both the examples, string buffer and string builder. So you can see here, string builder also has the append method and string buffer also has the append method. This is a string builder and this is string buffer. Anyone has any doubt? You there, students?
Yes, sorry, I was on mute. No, Raju, I don't have any doubt.
Yeah, me too. I'm okay.
Then good. Everyone is able to understand this great concepts, autoboxing and unboxing. So with the examples, you will easily understand. Actually, they're the main thing. If you go through the only concepts, it will not help. But with the examples, it is really helpful in an understanding. Like, okay. So now we have a new topic because these things are not there. It's already covered wrapper classes. So now we have a new topic, and new topic is exception handling. So you just saw that in our program when we were discussing about what I was discussing just now. I was discussing wrapper classes, right? So here integer was there. So when we put the integer dot parseInt, I got one exception, right? This one. You remember this one? Consider that I have written something after this line of code, like a shout, something like this message I have put. But what will happen if I put here something non-integer value and I will try to parse it? So you see a number format exception it thrown, and after that what happened? Nothing executed after that. It just paused the execution, terminated the execution from here. If it is working successfully, this line should be printed, but you will see here up to where it is printing. So exceptions are abnormal termination of your program. You see here where I found your line number 16. So in the line number 16, it found the exception, and after that it didn't do anything. This program is abnormally terminated. If it is successful, it would be output like this. You can see here. I'm just trying to parse it. So you can see here successfully end of the program. If exception will occur at any line of any line, so what will happen? Your Java program will be automatically terminated from there, and further no execution will happen. So this is something Java normal behavior, but we have a way to handle this exception as well. So first you have to try to understand what is an exception. So exception is something abnormal termination of the program. Abnormal means I'm expecting that this should execute from top to bottom, but in between something due to error or whatever it is, it got some kind of abnormal termination and the program stopped there. After that it didn't execute it, right? So that is called abnormal termination of the program, and we have a way to handle it. So first we have understand what is an exception. So let me show you again. First let me try to create the exception. So I'm getting one exception, number format exception. If I click here, it will show you like this. I click here, it is taking me to that particular class, number format exception. So now the main topic starts. It is also present in where? Java.lang package. And you can see a lot of exceptions will be there. Java.lang is like very big package and so many classes, methods they have already designed. So you can see here one is exception and particular exception is also there. So number format exception is the child of illegal argument exception. Okay, and if you go to this one, illegal argument exception, you will see a illegal argument exception is child of runtime exception. If you go to the runtime exception, you will see runtime exception is the child of exception class. If you go to the exception class, you will see that throwable is the parent of exception, and throwable is also one class in Java. If you go to the throwable, you can see that this is one class of Java, one class. But if you go there and you will find that it's a serializable, it's a implements keywords. So if it is implements, so it means it's a interface. I'm going there, and serializable is a marker interface in Java. What is a marker interface? This is interview question. The interface is having body but blank body. An interface with the blank body is called marker interface. So why it is blank? Because whatever the code inside should be there, it is not displayed. It is just kept as a hidden inside the compiler. And to use the code, they have given some name of the interface. So if you are using this, so those features will be available to the particular class. Basically, serialization is a concept in Java via which you can pass the object type data into file format from one network to another network. And in the another network, there is a process called deserialization in Java, which will read the file and it will again convert it into object data type. So object data type to file format and file format to object data type. So this process is called serialization and deserialization in Java. So that is a separate topic, but high level just I am explaining it. So now you go there and try to understand what is the syntax. I'm going to the exception class. Basically, throwable is the main one. If you try to understand with this also, it is okay. But mainly we will be focusing about exception. So under throwable, we have two classes. One is exception and one is error. So normally we will deal with the exception one, and who is the parent child? Let me show you. So right click, open type hierarchy. It is opening. You can see here. Throwable is the main root class of exception. Root means super parent, and then we have other things. So one is exception and one is error. So mainly we will talk about exception and error. Other things are there, but we are not considering those things. So there are two main classes or child classes of throwable. One is exception and one is error. So error is something like some errors can be handled and some errors cannot be handled. So if I go there and show you assertion error, it can be handled. And some error are like memory leakage error, stack overflow error. So those exceptions you cannot handle. Linkage error. So these are like bootstrap error. So this cannot be handled by the programs. Okay. Once it will occur, this will terminate the program simply. But not all the errors you can see. Some errors can be handled, some errors cannot be handled. And you go there in the exception. So basically, mainly our topic is exception, and you will see all the exceptions type here. Like couple of names I can highlight, because in the interview they will ask you the name of 5 exceptions. So you should be knowing lot of exceptions, then at least 5 will be flashing in your memory. And also when we have used with some examples as well, that when that exception occurred, at what situation it occurred, and how you have handled it. So exception handling is a challenging task in Selenium. Like locator writing is a challenging task. Selenium locator writing you don't know, that is Selenium topic. So I was just discussing that. What are the challenges? The framework development is a challenging task. Okay, integration of different components into the same framework, it's challenging task. So those kind of challenges you can say highlight in the interview. So you go there, exception class. I will highlighting couple of names, just focus on that. One is runtime exception. See a runtime exception. If you expand this, it has so many inside it. So one is runtime, you can say. One is, you can say, IO exception. That is very important. Input output exception. And inside that there are a lot of things. So high level things I'm just highlighting. One is parsing exception. If you go inside that runtime, it will show you a lot of things. Buffer overflow exception, code exception, computational exceptions, exceptions, event exceptions, illegal state exceptions, illegal argument exceptions. These exceptions will come, and when it will come, how to handle that? That you will be gaining via experience. So no worries, let it come and try to handle it. So we will see how to handle the exceptions as well. Just I'm introducing that what are the exceptions. So let me show you here. So there is a object class which is the super parent of all the classes, and this is also interview question. Exception class is present in which package? So now you know it's present in the lang package. So object, then we have throwable, and throwable has mainly 2 classes. Main. It's not like only 2 classes. Mainly 2 classes. One is error, one is exception. So one in exception, we have 2 type of exception. One is like compile time exception, one is runtime exception. That is a type. Not only 2 exceptions are there. That is a type of exception. So compile time exception is when you write something and your compiler will automatically detect that it's a some kind of checked exceptions. So let me show you that part. You can see here, suppose that I write here thread.select and I put here 1000. Basically this is a code which will ask you for checked exceptions. So red color line is coming here. Also I am seeing some issue. So just a mouse over and it will ask you unhandled exceptions type, interrupted exception. So you have not handled it, which exception it is saying? Uninterrupted exception. So just click on add throws declaration. So what it will do? It will add this throws and the particular exception name. So it means that when exception will occur, so this class will not be responsible. It will call this class and this class will be handling those exceptions. Okay, it's up to them how they have written. You want to have normal termination or just flashing the message then termination, it's up to them. So you can see here, this is just I tried to generate the exception. This is example of checked exceptions, right? So that's why I have given, because unchecked exceptions are during runtime when it will occur. So those exceptions are called runtime exceptions. That parsing exceptions came that time, number format exception. You remember earlier it was not showing any issue, but when I executed, that exception came and it was saying that number format exception. It means whatever the number I have given, that is not in the correct format. So just try to highlight the things: object, throwable, error, then exception is there, and some of the high level errors they have tried to explain: out of memory error, a stack overflow error, and then linkage error. So only 3 things they have given. So what you have to do, you have to remember most of the things, that's whatever you can, because this is for interview and interview is related to monetary benefit. So something remembering like giving you money, you should remember it for a long time. So just look this picture and try to memorize couple of exceptions name, like runtime exception, IO exception. So runtime, they have given some examples: illegal argument exception. Illegal argument exception is parent of number format exception. You already seen that when it was calling the exceptions chaining. So IO exceptions, file not found exceptions, socket exceptions, this coming to the input output exceptions. Index out of bound means mainly you will get in the terms of array indexing kind of thing. Array index out of bound. This is the parent, this is the child. So illegal argument exception is arithmetic exception, is the part of runtime. Here it is given number format exception. So you already know some of the classes, like who is the parent, who is the child, then should be okay. And now coming to the next page. You can see here error versus exception. So this is theoretical concept, but maybe it depends upon interview. If they wanted to ask, they can ask you. You see here, parent is object, and then it is present here java.lang package, under that it is present. Error is also same place present, impossible to recover from the errors. It is saying impossible. So couple of errors are there which is impossible to recover. Recovery and handling possible. So in exception we can recover it. So we can handle it as well. Application prefers to crash rather than handling error. So when error will occur, it will try to crash the application. It's abnormal termination. So when you have handled it, but it will terminate. Exceptions can be handled programmatically. Corrective actions can be taken. So this is possible. It has 2 types, checked and unchecked. It has only one type. Error cannot be detected during compile time. Second thing, happy at runtime. So error says like happy, it means whatever it is, it will be there, it should be okay. Runtime and compile time both. So it is applicable both time, compile time also and runtime. So compile time is checked exception, runtime is unchecked one. And why error will occur? Caused by the environment that is application is running. So any environment failure can occur the error, like power cut or whatever it is. No normal device failure also can happen. Caused by the application and caused by the environment. Checked examples they have given: SQL, input output. Unchecked example, like unchecked examples they also have given: array out of bounds exception, null pointer exception. So couple of exceptions example I will show you to best to what you call increase your interest into these things. When I will come out of the theoretical concepts, then I would like to show you how to generate exceptions and how to handle it. It's a very big topic, so I think 3 to 4 class it will take, the exception handling. So java.lang stack overflow error. So this is some example error: out of memory error, linkage error, and now checked exception, SQL exception, input output exception, unchecked exceptions, array out of bounds exception, null pointer exception, class cast exception. These are something name given about exceptions, but this will normally not occur every time. So anyone has any doubt?
No, Rajiv.
No.
So I have just showed you that how to generate exceptions. Maybe 1 or 2 I can show you, and then I will show you how to handle it. A, B, C, D, E, exceptions demo. More places we have, but I cannot see it, right? Yeah, one is here. Exceptions. Right click, refactor, rename. Two. You can see here now both came at same places. One is arithmetic exception demo. You can see here, copy, this is one example of arithmetic exception. So let me comment other parts. So if this message is printing, so it means my program successfully completed. But if that message is not printing, it means start was okay, but end is not okay. So you see here what I am doing here: int x equal to 100, y equal to 0. So I want to divide x divided by y, like quotient, not the remainder one. Okay. So you see here when x is 100 and y is 0, so normally in mathematics it's not allowed to divide. But even despite of all those things, you are trying to divide it. So what it will do, it will terminate the program and it will show some kind of exception. So this is the example of arithmetic exception. So probably that will be done. And why? Because based on arithmetical calculation, this was not allowed and you try to perform something. So it is saying that arithmetic exception found. So I will show you that how to handle this. Just I am showing how to generate the exception. So let me run this. You can see here started successfully, but exception occurred where? Divided by 0, line number 14. If I click, I can see that, oh, this is the issue. So let me fix this. I will put here 1. You can see it is showing indeed. The current value also it is saying that what amount I am holding, and then based on that it is doing that. So you can see here arithmetic exception. I showed you how to generate and how to handle. Handling part I have not shown. I am just showing you how to generate it. One is array index. Let me come here. If I am printing a of 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0 to 3 indexing is okay. If I am trying to print it, it is printing okay, no problem. It is printing 10, so no problem. Where is that? And if I print index which is not a valid index, earlier also you have seen, but since it is especially related to exception class, so just be focused. I am putting here 5. So 0 is valid, 1 is valid, 2 is valid, 3 is valid, 4 is not valid, so 5 is also invalid. So let me run this. 0 to 3 is valid. So I'm getting one exception, array index out of bounds exception. Okay, and then I have to go and see, oh, where it came. So I saw here line number 30. So I went to there, line number 30. I can see, oh, this is the issue, and it is saying that array index out of 1. So it means I have put a wrong index. So what I will do, 1, 2, 3, 4, or I can write like this, ARR dot length minus 1. This is the valid range. You can see here it is printing 15, so should be okay, and this line is also printed, so it means a successful completion of the program. I first showed you how to generate the exception, then I will show you how to handle the exception. So 2 exceptions I have already shown you, especially one is like a number format exception, and one I have showed you that what you call it, index out of bound exceptions kind of thing. So you can see here, that's all for today. If anyone has any doubt, they can discuss. There's no new topics for today. I'm just continuing the exceptions, and tomorrow also I will be continuing the same exception handling in Java.
Okay, I don't have any doubt. Thank you.
Anyone else has?
No.
Then
No,
should we?
Raj.
And you can try to refer your friends. Like you're most welcome for doing that. Ask your friends to join up. The batch size will be more now. You will feel it quite interesting. It will be more interactive kind of thing. People from different background, they will ask some of the questions, and anyone can answer. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks all for joining today's session.
Thank you, Raj.
Thank you.
Welcome.